Good evening from Mamelodi. We're in an area called Buffer Zone Extension 3, where a hostage situation is playing out. A 32-year-old police officer, a constable, is holding his family hostage, his mother and nephew inside their house. If you look behind me, there's an ambulance, there's also a police car, and there's lots more police up there. We just aren't allowed to go there. What we've established so far is that the 32-year-old cop had initially held his mother, who was in her 60s, and two nephews hostage. One of the nephews, a 14-year-old, was able to escape and get out, while an 18-year-old is still inside the house with the man's mother. Police have been trying to negotiate with him for almost 13 hours now, from 8 a.m., trying to negotiate with him to let the family go, but he has been keeping them hostage. He is armed. There were two gunshots heard earlier on. It's unclear if anyone has been injured and if anyone has died. However, police negotiators have been outside his gate. It's really something out of a movie, where negotiators have been trying to get him to surrender his firearm, but he just refuses to do so. At this stage, it's unclear what the cause of this is. All we know is that it's a family dispute. Something has made him very, very upset, and that's why we're in this situation. But yeah, we don't know how long this is going to go for. It's been 13 hours, and honestly, it could be another 13 hours before this man lets his family go. We are hoping that the situation ends without any injuries or fatalities, but I suppose we just have to wait and see.
Namhlanje iqina bahlali ndiyathemba kuhle ezibhlungu ke njengoba sithetha nje amapolisa have reported there is a constable eMamelodi in Gauteng, Pretoria, ebambe ifamily yayo hostage. So apparently whatever happened, but he decided he's going to hold them hostage. It's a developing story, so we are going to be hearing more. Ingxaki esinayo into yobana amapolisa serious issues, the mental health, which are attributed to the work they do, and of course the environment they work under. So let's pray for his family, and let's pray for all of those who are affected, the relatives, because we really need to deal with this thing, and we trust and hope and pray that he does nothing to hurt them. Ngoba yonke lento imikhuba yamaqotha aqekile onqaba amaqungeqo sona sibomvana onomoyi into kubangaba wenza into efana nale kwifamily yakho, no matter what the circumstances may have been, but this is not how a man must behave. Qina mhlari qina.
Now, a 32-year-old police constable has held a family yakhe hostage. This is just breaking news, and then it was reported like 2 hours ago. Now, at around 8:10 ekuseni, amaphoyisa athole a phone call, and then amaphoyisa, upon their arrival, they were approached by a 14-year-old. Now, this 14-year-old wabatshela ukuthi inside that specific house, iphoyisa libambe ifamily hostage. Now, kwifamily yakhona, it consists of umama wephoyisa, an 18-year-old, and another child. So it's uncertain yet whether umntwana wephoyisa or umntwana wakamama, but it's just family members. It is said ukuthi the reason why he held them hostage was due to a family feud. But nalapho it's just allegedly. Akakaphumi ubufakazi kahle. And this 14-year-old, I'm not sure if he was the one that made a call to amaphoyisa, but it was said ukuthi before kuzofika amaphoyisa, there were 2 shots that were fired. That's when the call was made to amaphoyisa and say ukuthi this is happening at this specific house, sicela nizeni and come assist. Now amaphoyisa mawafika, and then also wafika the negotiation team, and then also the task team that is there to assist. So now mawafika, another 2 shots were fired. It is still not sure whether those 2 shots were fired at the people abasendlini, or those 2 shots were fired as warning shots, or those 2 shots were fired because of bega analyva umuntu osendlini. It is still not yet certain, but it's a sad story, and I will try to keep you guys updated as there will be new developments, and hopefully umphefumulo womuntu angeke uphume kulelo khaya lelo. Now a lot of people has commented on social platforms saying ukuthi this thing needs uGeneral Mkhwanazi because of he's the one that's been cracking cases, but this is a serious matter. And omunye umuntu has commented and said ukuthi amaphoyisa they need to undergo counseling. It's not easy ukuthi ube iphoyisa, you see people getting unalived, you unalive abantu, and ngapha there's family feuds, and ngapha you go home with a gun, like you live with a gun 24/7. And according to that police person that has commented, it means ukuthi amaphoyisa they're not getting enough counseling, so they need to get counseling, even if it's a daily, a weekly, or a monthly thing. But amaphoyisa need to get counseling. So I'll keep you guys updated as the story unfolds, and hopefully again there's no one who'll be harmed or certainly including the 32-year-old police constable.
Hi guys, I don't know if you have been following the story of the Mamelodi guy who was a cop. Yeah guys, indaba zabantu ziningi ziyasinda, and I have just been following the story, and it's so sad that it had to end this way. So I listened to the VN of him speaking about what happened and why he's holding his family hostage. He was holding his mom, his nephew, Naye. And so he basically says, he shares stories. There's multiple events. Yabo indaba yomndeni ma yabo indaba yomndeni. So lobuthi uyasho ukuthi cha umndeni akho bufuna ukumbulalela imali. They were basically trying to him for money, and nakhona futhi it's not even a lot of money, right? He does not share how much the amount it is, and he also says that he yabona muylalela and you need to be like listen attentively to what he's saying, because sometimes he speaks in riddles and so the stories don't mix, but uyayihlanganisela wena. But I think his anger was mostly based on his mom, his brother, and his sister, because they were the ones who were conspiring to get him unalived, right? He also speaks of how, because there's a point in the VN where he says his brother had people following him. He would see the drones, he would see helicopters, and I feel like he said that he's working with powerful people. And what I like about him is that guy called people gama abo. He didn't play big number plate. We know the girlfriend is Uzandile. So he also says that his mom knew that his brother was sleeping with his girlfriend. They even have a child. Like Utsilo Putilona, his name is Thapelo. May his soul rest in peace. He says, Thapelo says that that his mother would, every time he would go to work, his mother would see the girlfriend come in to visit the brother, right? So I think ienga yake futhi stems from that. And then he further says that nale mali le abafuna ukungibulalela yona incane, like yabo, for the amount of effort that my brother is putting in, it's not it's like you're doing so much for so little, because uneyikwelete ningi le mali incane for ikweleta nazo bhuti wakhe. What else? So yeah, so and so we've been waiting from, like, he's been holding his family hostage from like 8 a.m. in the morning uzobatetela manje go 1:40 something, and it's like 2 now. So it's a lot, and he tried to negotiate. I think he was just heavy in his spirit, and obviously who was he gonna tell, who was he gonna talk to, because he speaks of his brother umuntu powerful, but I don't know if he's that powerful, if but you can get his sense, or the sense of ukuthi ngathi akazi ukuthi enzeni, and this was his last resort. And a lot of people are saying, oh, why did he kill himself, and why did he kill the nephew? I feel like he was too angry at the sister, because he did let the mother go, right before he unalived himself and unalived the nephew. And so I feel like he was too angry, but I feel like also you should have just let the sister come in. Or the sister should have just come in because she was in the crowd. Like, come in, save your son, and then you take the bullet because we need nonsense. Yeah, understand? So R.I.P. to the boy, R.I.P. to the cop. And a lot of people are like, oh, why did he kill himself? I wish a lot of you are saying, I wish he could have stayed to tell his side of the story better. But guys, remember Lumuntu usezo jail and he's a cop. He's thinking like a cop most of the time. In a sense of Uguti Bra, I've put people in jail. Like if you can ask any cop, a cop's biggest fear is literally going to jail where he's put criminals in jail. So yena ucabanga lokho no angiye jail mina. Khona abateng ba fahlakisile. So nabo bayong and jail is not a nice place. Come on. So unfortunately, yeah. The mom is being taken to hospital. What a heavy night. Like the story. Like it's really heavy. Like yo. But yeah, guys, Bella kanjani indaba. Hey, families. Yo, families. Hey.
As the negotiations proceeded, it took almost 16 hours of negotiations, trying to negotiate with the constable. At around 23 hours 53, 53, the tactical team comprising of a special task force went inside. Of course, in the process, the negotiators were still negotiating to see if the constable will come out, while the team was tactically proceeding inside the house. In the process, while the team was approaching, just before they entered into the house, 2 shots were heard, and as they checked inside the house, it was found that the constable has taken his life. He committed suicide.
Do we know details around the 18-year-old? Is he okay?
The 18-year-old was found. Unfortunately, he passed.
Any details around what happened
at the moment? At the moment, there's gunshot wounds on the 18-year-old. Further details, it will be found or revealed after the whole crime scene is cleared as to how many actually bullet wounds on the body of the 18-year-old.
District Commissioner, just last one for me. In your conversation when you were able to get the mother out, how did that go? How did that come?
Good morning. I'm Major General Samuel Tine, the District Commissioner of Tshwane. What happened as the negotiations proceeded, it took almost 16 hours of negotiations, trying to negotiate with the constable. At around 23 hours 53, 53, the tactical team comprising of a special task force went inside. Of course, in the process, the negotiators were still negotiating to see if the constable will come out, while the team was tactically proceeding inside the house. In the process, while the team was approaching, just before they entered into the house, 2 shots were heard, and as they checked inside the house, it was found that the constable has taken his life. He committed suicide.
After 6 o'clock now, this hostage situation in Tshwane, it's ended in a tragedy. It's an extraordinary story because what we understood was this police constable, he became a cop, I think, in 2019. He held his mother and his nephew hostage. And at some point, the police were able to negotiate for the mother to be allowed to leave. And obviously, at a later point, the negotiations failed and they tried to storm the building. They tried to storm the room where this man was with a gun and his nephew. And presumably, as he heard them doing so, he turned the gun on himself and the nephew, both of them killed. It's a horror story. But I want you to listen to Major General Samuel Tine, who provided an update. This was where things were last night before the escalation that has subsequently happened.
What is happening, the latest is that the host state negotiators, as well as the special task force, as well as the employee health relations, they are on the site still trying to negotiate and calm the constable down. So far, they are there on the site trying to calm him down and see if we can't resolve the situation.
Take us.
They couldn't resolve that situation and things escalated. And as I say, hours later, after many negotiations, the constable did release his mother, who was given medical attention at the scene. But the police found the constable and his 18-year-old nephew dead with gunshot wounds. It's an absolutely horror story happening in Pretoria.
Thank you very much. We are here as the leadership of the EFF. My name is Subaken Rama with the MMC responsible for environment and agriculture. Remomo Mamelodi, where the hostage is happening, where the guy called Thapelo in Ward 18 is holding the family hostage. The task force is here. As the leadership, we've been here for hours to try to be in solidarity with the family. We are glad that the grandmother has been released. And we're worried about the 18-year-old who's inside the house. But the task force has entered the house, and the negotiation team that tries to negotiate with Thapelo have exhausted all their efforts. And we heard gunshots just now. And this is something that as the leadership in Tshwane, we're worried about. And we think that there's a lot of work that needs to be done to support the mental health and deal with the depression that is happening. We don't know what has transpired, but what we can say is that there's no normal person who can treat a family like this. It's a sad situation. Earlier on, we tried to call Thapelo on the phone. He spoke about witchcraft, the issues of paternity test, the issues of families that is mistreating him and all that. And all that we can say is that we need to work together as leadership to support individuals. And as we can talk, we can hear that there are gunshots at the back that are happening. And we just wish that after all this, all must be well. And we are very sad about what is happening here. We are going to visit the GOG tomorrow as the leadership in the hospital to understand and try to provide support as the leadership together with the MEC responsible for health and social development. We will try to see if we can provide social workers to engage with the GOGO and all that. So we are still here on the scene, and we should update with a statement from the city. We have briefed the executive mayor about everything that is happening. The EMS is here, the TNBT is here, and we think that we will get the situation right. But we think that this is very unfortunate what is happening. Thank you very much.
Hello Mzansi, welcome to Mkosasa Mzansi. If today is your first time visiting this channel, please do the right thing and click the subscribe button, and also don't forget to smash the like button. Hi guys, things about the buhlungu adipheli njengoba besivile if ungakeva sure ukuthi so uyeva manje kune constable igama lakhe loyo bekunguThapelo that was holding his family hostage makwakhe and his nephew for a very long time. Amaphoyisa ngaphandle solazama kumtshela ukuthi asarende wa refuser. warefusa kusarenda wakhipha amakwakhe wareceive medical issues then athi amaphoyisa makazama kungena after so long loku bamile baloku bamcela ukuthi baqela ukuthi asarende. Amaphoyisa angena makangena sho ukuthi makeva ukuthi amaphoyisa nawo asekayangena wadedela inhlavu ku-nephew wadedela inhlavu kuye bafela lapho guys. It's a very sad story that is trending. Everyone's just talking about it, and people are saying, "Ukuthi it seems like amaphoyisa they have mental health issues because kungani amaphoyisa lamaningi ahlezi abulala umndeni wayo, ahlezi ubulala igirlfriend, ubulala umfati every time hlezi kumaphoyisa." So bantu bayasho nje ukuthi it seems like amaphoyisa they are going through a lot. Mantini into letendakala ke empilweni emaphoyisa labantu sisine kufanele bazivikele. They are going through the most. Please do comment what you think below down on the comment section. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I'm signing out. Goodbye.